it's an incredible pleasure to welcome here to AARP Ms. Wheelchair America 2009, Michelle Colbar.
My reign as Miss Wheelchair America takes me to a lot of different cities, and it has been amazing to see the approach that each city has towards accessibility, towards people with disabilities, and integration and inclusion in their society. And no city is perfect, and that includes Houston, my hometown. But I think, as Nancy mentioned, that one of the keys to a truly inclusive city is including people with disabilities in the government, participating with the cities to determine the best way to deliver services, to the best sidewalk plans. There are many different designs that can be considered, and sometimes some of the engineers or the city planners think that they know the best way to make an accessible ramp and sidewalk, let's say, and instead they end up putting them right out in the street, which isn't really the best design. Including people with disabilities in the process who have that perspective, who actually walk that street or roll on that street every day, who are looking for, let's say, the subway or someplace that they need to get to, and the signage is up somewhere where they can't see it. Include people with disabilities, in the planning so that they can better understand how to guide their city. And there's always improvements that can be made. I can tell you that Houston has made a lot of accomplishments and gone a long way, but we still have a long way to go, and I'm sure that that's the case for each of the cities that has won in the past as well. And those cities that are going to be great competitors for this new Accessible America Award. I can say also that, as Eleanor mentioned, we really need to look at this as a priority. Each city needs to look at this as a priority because we have a population that is getting older. And it's a fact of life that if you live long enough, if you're lucky to live long enough, every single one of us will develop a disability at some point. We can develop disability from birth, just as I did, or all the way on. So, the fact is we're going to see a lot more people with disabilities. And some people would argue that maybe all of us have some sort of challenge or disability, but it's going to be a priority for each of these cities to reach out to these disability communities and figure out how to make their city more inclusive so that everybody can live, work, and play and be an active member of their community. It doesn't just mean sidewalks. It means being able to participate in recreation programs, health and wellness programs. And it means being able to participate in emergency preparedness plans. And that's key. And I can tell you that I just got back from Houston, and Hurricane Ike really had a pretty big impact upon us. And it has all of these sorts of emergencies, every time that they happen, seem to have a disproportionate impact upon people with disabilities. And if the city officials don't take into consideration and don't include the input and the participation of people with disabilities in their communities, then those emergency preparedness plans are not going to work just as the city officials thought that they would. And we in Houston, we do include the participation of people with disabilities, but we're learning there's even more perspectives to include. So we're going to do a better job next time. And we still have a lot of work to be done in Houston related to Hurricane Ike. But it just underscores, our experience in Houston underscores the importance for cities across the nation to really include people with disabilities in emergency preparedness, and that's going to be a major focus in this next Accessible America Award application for cities to really talk about their plans, including people with disabilities in emergency preparedness. There are other ways that cities can include people with disabilities in the process, and that may mean employment opportunities. Some cities have done some really neat, innovative approaches to including people with disabilities, to helping with trying to reach out to employers one city, as was alluded to earlier, that has the perfect approach to inclusion for people with disabilities. As they said, every city is different. Venice, Florida is very different from Houston, Texas. There are going to be different approaches for accessibility and inclusion of people with disabilities. But I'll be interested to see what other cities have come up with and some innovative and novel approaches. And that is one of the big reasons why this award is being given each year. It's so that other cities can learn from each other and learn best practices and share these ideas. And I just challenge each city to really keep stepping it up. I'd love to see this award getting even more and more competitive each year. I understand that this past year was pretty difficult, pretty competitive, and I know Houston was very honored to have won the award, and I'm excited to see this next award, what other cities are doing, and I commend the National Organization on Disability and the AARP for doing this each year. So thanks so much for coming out, and it's an honor to be here in DC. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm going to take just a moment here, let you catch your breath, and introduce a few people in the audience, then we can move to some questions and answers that people here may have. First, I do want to point out a couple of other colleagues here from AARP. I'd love to introduce everyone, but I'm not going to have a chance to. I do want to point out, though, Dr. Percival Stanford is the head of our Office of Diversity and Inclusion. And I also want to point out Monica Gonzalez from the Office of Public Outreach, as these are people that I know you'll be in touch with, many of you. Also want to point out that a number of our colleagues from the legal department are here from AARP litigation, including Stu Cohen and Susan Silverstein and Julie Nephew. And I know those are a lot of folks, some of you in the disability community have worked with on ADA and other related issues. I also want to point out another special guest who's here with us today, very exciting, is Juliet Rizzo, Ms. Wheelchair America 2005. Pretty exciting too. We had two Ms. Wheelchair Americas, Ms. Wheelchair New Jersey. This is just like an amazing party.
You need to
I was very fortunate to get to do some pro bono publicity assistance for Juliet when she was Ms. Wheelchair America. I learned a lot about the program and that process. And one of the things that I learned that is truly remarkable is that it is, of course, not as well funded as the Miss America pageant as some others are. And so people who, when they serve as Ms. Wheelchair America, have to cover a lot of their own costs, make their own plans. It is a program that really deserves a lot more